Sally Stanton and welcome to a bite-sized bonus episode of Snacks and Suitcases, the podcast packed with tips, tricks and real-life stories to make travelling with kids of all ages a whole lot easier and way more fun. Today, it's a sneaky peek at one of Japan's more enchanting hidden gems, the beautiful historic town of Kurashiki.
Mom, can I pack all my teddies?
Okay, let's get started. In this bite-sized episode, Jo from the Tokyo chapter is back, continuing our chat about where to go beyond Tokyo. And this time, we're heading to Kurashiki. It's a beautifully preserved canal town with the prettiest old streets, but also some really fun, quirky touches, like denim street snacks. Yes, denim as in jeans, because it's actually the birthplace of Japanese denim. It also has this relaxed old world feel that's a complete contrast to the big cities. But the best part, it's super easy to get to. It's just a quick 15-minute local train ride from the Shinkansen line. So totally doable, even with little kids. Kurashiki. I'd love to hear about this gorgeous place. In the photos, it just looks so nostalgic and old worldy Japan. Tell me about the vibe of this place. What makes it magical?
Okay, well, my personal story with the Kurashiki is that's the town that I lived in when I was an exchange student in Japan.
Oh,
so
I
that's
thought
why
it might have been.
That's why it's special to me, and that's why I've had a chance to explore it more than most people because I literally lived there for 1 year. It is very close. It's in Okayama Prefecture, which is the prefecture next to Hiroshima. So it is a really lovely place. I think one night is enough in Kurashiki, or you could do it as a day trip after or before Hiroshima. It's very close. You need to take a bullet train to Okayama and then a normal train to Kurashiki.
Right.
So it's but it is a beautiful, quaint town. It is famous for the canal down the middle, and it's known as a real artist hub.
Oh.
So you can take a boat ride down the canal, and they've kept the houses the same as the Edo period. So they've got those beautiful black and white buildings. I didn't know if you Google Kurashiki, it'll come up straight away. So it's mostly a white house with a black or dark grey roof, and it's almost like thatch. It's not thatched, it's tiles that look almost like a pattern in the second bottom half of the building, and it's all grey and black and white, and it's beautiful. And Kurashiki is famous for pottery, for craft, for denim. Apparently it's like one of the places they printed denim.
Yes, I have heard of that. Does that mean you can get custom jeans made there?
You can get a lot of denim fabrics. They're denim coloured fabrics. Like if you want to get a scarf that's like all different kinds of blues, you can also get a denim soft serve ice cream, denim flavoured.
What?
Which is
What is the flavour of denim?
I
Should I
don't
go
know.
lick my jeans?
That's one of the things you can do. So there's a street called Denim Street, and you get a blue ice cream, and it's denim flavoured ice cream. So it tastes like ice cream to me, but it's a fun thing to do with kids.
That is hilarious. I had the volcanic black soft serve in Owakudani, ni Hakone.
What did you think?
Have you had that one?
I haven't.
It just tasted like vanilla.
Oh, good.
So I don't know what was going on there.
Because if it tasted like smelly eggs, like some of those spots.
No. Yeah, that's what we were
trouble.
wondering. But no, it did not. And I had all the eggs and everything, so I'm going to live forever because you get an extra 7 years or something, don't you, when you eat one of those eggs?
Can't hurt. We're going to get all the help you can get. Absolutely.
Exactly. Okay, so you can get yourself a denim ice cream.
So Kurashiki, famous for art, pottery, the beautiful scenes. You'll just get the most beautiful photos of your family if you take a boat down the canal. It's also very famous
Pretty.
with art lovers. It has the Ohara Museum of Art right in the middle of that historical quarter. And that has a lot of one of the first places in Japan to have Western art. So there's a Picasso in there. There's a Monet, the water lilies in there, and then other things that also change. So a lot of impressionist artwork is in there too. And when you're walking around Kurashiki, because it's in Okayama Prefecture, you'll see a lot of Momotaro related souvenirs. So I don't know if you've heard of Momotaro. It's a
Momotaro?
Japanese Japanese fairy tale about a little boy who was born out
In
of
the
a peach.
Yes,
Yes.
I do know. This is another one of those Japanese kids' books I have at home along with the young girl from Hiroshima. Yes.
Yes. So if you're around Kurashiki or basically anywhere in Okayama Prefecture and you see a lot of like peach-shaped souvenirs or peach-flavored or shaped anything, that's because of Momotaro. That's the story, and that's where Momotaro's from, apparently from that area too. So
Right.
it's a beautiful culture area. As you're catching the train in from Okayama Station, it's just about 15 minutes in from Okayama Station on the train, rice fields either side. Very small, like clickety-clackety train. It's just beautiful. So I think while it's an arty scenic spot, which a lot of people might think, oh, my kids will hate that. For a very short trip, it's lovely because you've got the boat ride. And then around the station, what is very different to when I lived there is that it's quite a hub now. So they've got a big shopping mall. So you can still get your curry rice. You can still do a big shop. You could buy Gap hoodies for everybody. So you're not completely out in the middle of nowhere. You can mix it up. Last time we visited, it was summer and they had a big splash pad out the back all set up for kids with blow up. The kids got to sit in blow up cars in a big swimming pool and splash around. So it's very, and the reason that I think it's a great option for families, particularly if you want to do something different to what most people don't do, is it feels new. Like your children will be fawned over quite a bit more than other places you'll go in Japan in a lovely way, because the other local children will all say hello, or Japanese people want to say, where are you from? And it just feels special and it feels different. Even with some Japanese people who I speak to and they say, oh, tell me your story about Japan. I say, oh, well, I lived in Kurashiki. And they're like, Kurashiki, I know Kurashiki, but I've never been to Kurashiki. I've heard it's amazing. So it's just one of those quaint little spots that I think deserves a day, maybe a night, depending on what kind of traveller you are. It's a really special way to Japan. And that means the restaurants too. You've got some chain options, but you've also got your sit next to people having drinks after work, or you'll sit next to someone whose, I don't know, husband worked on the farm that made the veggies that you're eating or you're talking. Like,
oh, nice. So it sounds
really
like
nice
a good
concept.
sort of slow travel stop between cities, something to mix
It
it
is.
up. You're kind of going
is,
off the
yes.
beaten track without going too far.
Yes, and I think this is a perfect mix for a family who've been doing Disney, Pokemon, Universal Studios. They're like, now I want to see a bit of real Japan.
Yeah.
Now, I hate the term real Japan. I've talked to you about this before because it's all real Japan. But what people think Japan's going to be, the kind of experience, I think Kurashiki is a great option as a bit of a palate cleanser and to feel like you saw somewhere that most people haven't seen. The food's really good. The water's really yummy. It's a great option.
I like that. A good palate cleanser. That's nice. I want to use that. And so you said the best way to travel to Kurashiki is by bullet train to Okayama and then a local train.
Yes. Bullet train, another train.
But what about a road trip?
It's so far. If you think it takes Tokyo to Kyoto takes 3 hours in a bullet train and an hour in a plane, so that's Melbourne to Sydney. So it's further than Melbourne to Sydney. I don't know if you'd want to interrupt your holiday doing that. So I would say no. Train's faster, train's easier.
Yeah, that's true.
And when I say train, I mean bullet train. Train's faster and easier. Why make it more difficult? If you've been to Japan 3 or 4 times and want to do a driving trip, I would say yes. But then I'd send you even further out if you had a car, because you'd go to other random places. However, you are then giving up some of the conveniences that children need or you might need in order to make sure everyone in your family is happy. So I find this to be a really nice balance.
It is the perfect balance, which is something Jo is so great at finding for families visiting Japan. The perfect balance. If you missed the first part of this episode, we were talking about Hiroshima and Miyajima, and there are plenty more episodes featuring Japan with kids, from the big city lights of Tokyo to skiing in Niseko, and most include tips from Jo. So just do a little search on the Snacks and Suitcases page and you'll find them all there. But doesn't Kurashiki sound so charming and such an easy detour off the main track? When I visit, the first thing I'm going to do is order a pair of custom-made Japanese denim jeans for everyone in the family. Then I'll take a beautiful boat ride through the canal, followed by a denim soft serve ice cream. It has to be done. I must try it. Thank you for listening to this bite-sized episode of Snacks and Suitcases. And next up, we'll be hitting the slopes again. You know I love a snow story, but this time in Italia, Italy. So rug up and bring the hot chockies. But until then, happy travels.
And don't forget the snacks.